Oh shit. It's day 2. That dude been on the stand second day. Man, you know he's singing. You know he telling. You know he telling. You know why?
I'm not fucking going to prison.
Hey, but the nigga still going to prison though. Still going to prison though, bruh.
All right, so I'm here outside the courthouse. Not too many Free Durk fans out here. I don't know. Maybe they was sleeping in today. No Free Durk fans that I can see. But basically, there was a very crazy update, and what ended up happening was basically OTF Jam was back on the stand for the whole first half of the day. He ended up saying some pretty crazy comments, especially at the end. So I'm going to start at the end and work backwards. But they basically asked Jam. They said, "Why did you choose to cooperate? What was your motivation for this? Why did you turn on Lil Durk?" And he basically said, bro, I was mad at Lil Durk for putting me in that situation, and I'm still mad at him now. Damn. He said that Vonnie seemed like a goofy to me. I did something that I know I shouldn't have done, and the last time I did something with people that I didn't know, I did 12 years for it. I was doing this for Durk's selfish reasons. Maybe Cuz and Dee Dee had a reason to do it. I didn't have no relationship with Von.
So the dude slid on Quando Rondo for King Von, V-Roy. We know the nigga is V-Roy, because I didn't know the nigga was V. I thought them were two separate niggas. I thought V-Roy and Von was two separate niggas. Whatever. But he didn't even slide. He just slid just because, bruh. What?
Basically didn't know a whole bunch of these people that were sent on the hit. He basically said, I feel like Durk sent me on selfish bullshit. He said, I can't forget all the support that Durk gave me, especially when I was locked up. I can never forget that. I still got love for him. But he said, look, I know how it looks now, but I still got for him. Blood was there for me. I can't forget that, and I feel bad for telling. But at the same time, I still love him, but I don't respect him. He said that he could be killed for his testimony for cooperating. And then he also kind of pointed out a couple of things that really just motivated him, that why in this occasion did he decide to tell. He explained there were multiple reasons. He said he felt like the hit was done sloppy. It was done with people who shouldn't have been there. Obviously, he said that he thought Vonnie was a goofy. And he said there's a big difference between doing something to somebody that you don't like. But he said in this case, he felt like Lil Pab ain't have nothing to do with it. He said he felt like...
See, that's what I was saying, bruh. Bro had nothing to do with it. Y'all didn't even hit the target. Sloppy. Y'all supposed to be hitman and gangster, and y'all celebrating the death of the wrong. As long as somebody died, right? As long as somebody died, man, lock these niggas up, man. Get these niggas the fuck up out of here, bro.
An innocent man got killed, and it weighed heavily on him. He wanted to get it off his chest. He said he didn't think it was guaranteed that he would get caught, but he thought about it. He thought it was hot. He said, why do we go and do this in LA with all them rich people and actors around? He said that was a bad place to do a hit.
That nigga got some type of sense.
So the prosecutors actually asked him, they said, look, you testified and you pled guilty for your role in the LA shooting as well as 2 other murders. You know, what are you hoping for from this? He said, well, I'm hoping for a reduction in my sentence, but he made it clear there's been no promises made. He's not getting out. I'm not going to lie to you. Jam having 3 bodies, he probably shouldn't be out here walking around straight after this. But he basically said he pled guilty with the 2 other murders. And, you know, he just basically wanted to get it all off his chest. And he said it was weighing heavily on me what happened to Lil Pab, and he saw an opportunity and he took it. So it was some pretty crazy testimony. That last part when they kind of broke, you know, he said it straight out of his mouth. He said, I still got love for Durk and I can't forget what he did for me, but he put me in a bad situation with some goofies. It was selfish, and I'm not rocking with it. So that was pretty crazy.
So he don't even care that he's snitching. He don't feel no type of way about it. He said he could get clapped, or, you know, he could get killed for this type of shit, but he don't care. Like, after all the shit he done been through, he don't give a fuck about that no more, man. He trying to get his time reduced. If he get time reduced, he been an informant for, well, at least that's what they say. He's been telling. We don't know unless he said that in court. But bruh, for all you young niggas out there, I'm telling you, this ain't the way. Trying to act hard, be gangster, young black man. Y'all need to find something better to do, because this ain't the way. Trying to impress the next nigga. This shit don't even make sense, bruh. Come on now.
Crazy, but there was a whole lot of other crazy testimony that Jam put across, and I'm going to tell you all about it in different videos. So stay tuned. I'll keep you guys updated on everything. And yeah, it's going to be a crazy day. I think he's going to be up there all day, maybe even into tomorrow. So we just got some crazy new
lot
information
of
about how it went down when Jam got arrested and decided to start cooperating with the FBI. So apparently he was arrested in 2023 for something completely unrelated. He was pulled over in a car that apparently had a gun in it while he was still on parole from that attempted murder case that he just got out after serving 12 years on.
12 years?
He basically said that at that point he decided to talk to the FBI. He wanted to get it off of his chest. The Lil Pab murder was weighing on him. He felt like Pab was an innocent man and that he'd been sent on a dummy mission with some goofies by Durk for selfish reasons. He said he saw an opportunity to get out of the situation.
Down,
what was very interesting is when he got arrested, he basically wrote a handwritten note to the FBI. So what he claimed is that he said that he was allowed to make a phone call. He said the official phone wasn't there, or it wasn't working. So they said, look, we'll let you make a supervised recorded call on your cell phone, but like that's what we're going to have to do. We'll allow you that. So he made a call, and then he told the cops, hey, can I have a bit of paper to write down a phone number? They said sure, but he didn't write down a phone number. He wrote down a handwritten note which said this exactly. It just said, I know about murders. I don't want to talk on camera. I know a lot. So he gave that handwritten note to an arresting officer. That basically was then, worked its way up the chain to the FBI. And the prosecutors asked him, they said, why didn't you want to be on camera? Obviously, this is going to be a big controversial thing when it comes to Brian Steele. Obviously, he was absolutely clapping back. I believe it was yesterday, talking about why weren't all of these interviews recorded? You spoke to Jam 30, 40 times. You barely recorded any of those calls, those interviews. This is kind of a slap in the face to Brian Steele because Jam said specifically, I don't want to be on no camera. And they said, why didn't you want to be on no camera? Now, this is crazy, all right? He said, well, I didn't want to be on camera because a lot of people have been getting exposed on their body cams doing embarrassing shit. They be getting exposed on social media for telling on the body cam, snitching, crying, which is obviously a reference to a very infamous Chicago video where, one of the shorties from over there was kind of apparently caught on a case and he was bawling out, crying to the cops. And there's been a lot of rumors about whether that case was connected to the Jam case, whether that kid that was crying in the body cam footage might have had a dirty gun that Jam had used in a different murder. So Jam made direct reference to that.
Boy.
As I would have said in my previous video, Jam made it clear. He said, look, he was mad at Lil Durk for putting him in that situation. Even though Durk did a lot for him, he basically said he's still mad at him. He put me in a situation with goofies. He didn't trust Vonnie. He didn't know why he'd been put in that situation with him. And basically, that's why he decided to make that decision.
Bro, that's why you don't trust niggas. I don't give a fuck. When it comes down to going to prison and spending time, bro, your closest is gonna tell on you. The closest nigga next to you is your brother, whatever you call him. However much faith you got into this nigga, the nigga is going to tell on you. It's either his life or your life. Y'all stupid, bruh. Use y'all head, bruh. That's what I'm saying. All you young niggas who watching this shit, there's no way you can watch this type of shit and be like, damn, I'm gonna keep being gangster. I don't care. It's in me. Stupid. Niggas gonna be right in prison or fighting shit just like this. Don't do it. It ain't worth it.
Speak to the FBI. Who knows what sort of time he's going to get? I mean, allegedly, not even allegedly, he has admitted to 3 murders and, allegedly there's more. So he's definitely getting some serious years. I can't imagine them just letting him go. But they made it very clear. He's not been offered a deal. They've not promised him no time. He's not getting out of everything. He basically is leaving it in God's hands and cooperating. And he didn't say I cooperated to get out of time. He said, I felt bad about this. It was weighing on my heart and Pab was an innocent man.
Damn.
So a lot of the Durk fans have been saying there's no evidence, no one was ever paid, there's nothing. But it turns out, apparently, Durk might have actually finessed all of the hitmen, allegedly, out of any money. So we heard yesterday that there was a conversation in a studio.
What?
I'm not fucking going to prison.
What? So you mean to tell me Durk had these niggas go on hits and didn't even get paid? Are you shading me? Are you kidding me? That nigga Durk going down, man. He going down, bruh. You must have didn't take care of this nigga good enough because he's spilling everything out.
Where Durk basically said to a bunch of alleged OTF members, like, look, anybody that kills Quando or Lil Tim, you're going to be straight. And somebody said, are we talking like half a ticket or $1 million? And Durk just said, hey, you're going to be straight. You ain't going to have to worry about nothing. So basically, apparently all these hitters that got involved in this hit went and did their thing. It sounds like nobody ever got paid. OTF Jam said he never got paid anything by Durk, even though he was definitely expecting something. As far as the murder, he says he was never paid anything.
Durk?
But what is interesting is that he said, all right, because Brian Steele was licking his lips thinking, oh, he didn't get paid, this is going to be lit. But then the feds basically said, but you were expecting something, right? Because that conversation in the studio, people talking about meal tickets and Durk saying you ain't going to have to worry about nothing. He was like, yeah. And then they said, Jam basically said, look, I was never a rapper. I'd never dropped a verse in my life. And then within a few months of the murder, I was recording my first song, The Federal Freestyle. I got paid $10K for that, and it was on the OTF Loyal Bros album, okay? I think it was Loyal Bros 2. Obviously, I've said before that this album is like the ultimate self-snitching album. It's basically got back-to-back confessions. Booney Mo got a song on there called They Know That We Did It, all right? So that's what was going on, okay? He got his 10K, but apparently everyone was getting finessed. Apparently, two of the other shooters that were there, they were basically on Vonnie's ass talking about when we're going to get paid at the In-N-Out, and apparently Vonnie gave him the slip. He basically put him on the phone with Durk and said, basically, they was asking, yo, Vonnie, are you going to straighten out the money? They got Durk on a FaceTime, and he said, I got them. They're going to be straight. And then they left. So I don't know if Durk ever paid him anything off.
Man, hell nah, man. There's no way in hell. A murder. And y'all waiting on a payment? Y'all never got the payment to kill somebody? Bro, I would have been on Durk head, nigga. What? I would have been on Durk hairline, bro. Like, dead ass. Like, yo, where them ends at, man? I need my chips, bro. I need them chips right now, man. Bro, we just smacked somebody for you. And y'all ain't finna... Durk, you know you fucked up, right? You know you fucked up, right? God damn, bruh.
To that, it sounds like Durk might have inferred that people was going to get $500,000 to $1 million for killing Quando, and then basically he just didn't give nobody nothing afterwards.
Right?
Maybe he thought that was going to be slick, and like, oh, if I promise hitmen something and don't pay them, then are they going to be able to get me? I'm not sure that's really going to fly, but I'm sure if anybody is going to make that point well, it's going to be Brian Steele.
Wow.
But that was pretty interesting.
I don't think that shit
I'm not going to lie. Jam getting 10K to appear on that project definitely was interesting. I thought they were going to play the Federal Freestyle. They didn't play it. They just showed it. They showed the cover art for Loyal Bros 2. And I ain't going to lie, the Loyal Bros 2 cover art was looking sus too. It's just 5 hooded, masked individuals. And you thinking, wait a minute, isn't that exactly what was sent to go and kill Lil Pab? So that wasn't really a great look either. I'm not sure if many people picked up on that.
Bro.
But yeah, you know, this whole thing of the hitmen being paid, and obviously it wasn't mentioned, but even there was a lyric that was shown earlier. You know, Brian Steele lied and said it was Quando when it wasn't. It was another Savannah rapper. But that song where they said, oh, shout out Lil Tim, I mean King Tim, it wasn't Quando. Brian was wrong. But what they didn't draw attention to is elsewhere, he basically said, oh, I heard there's a meal ticket. And obviously the rumor was it was going around pretty much within weeks of Von's death that there was $1 million bounty on Quando's head. So arguably, that's been proven to be true, but not many people have pointed that out yet. But anyway, that's my opinion. I'll be back with some more updates for you guys soon. Oh my gosh, so I just heard something crazy in the courthouse about Durk. So Jam, he's on the stand, he's going crazy up there. When Durk allegedly was on FaceTime with him before the hit, Durk told Jam, hey, go crazy. Well, I guess he wasn't expecting him to go this crazy, but allegedly Jam was pissed off about what was going on, you know, with the hit. He felt like Pab was an innocent man. He felt like he had been sent on a dummy crash out mission.
Yeah, bro, y'all
he didn't know
stupid.
Von like that. He wasn't part of the beef. He was frustrated and he felt, you know, low-key pissed off with Durk that he had sent him on the hit. He actually allegedly FaceTimed Durk to confront him about this, and he said that Durk answered and he was at his crib with OTF C3, all right, and he said, I asked Blood, he said, I said to Durk, like, out of 1 million people you could have sent on this mission, he said, I just did 12 years. Why you have to send me on that dummy mission?
Bro, I kind of feel bad for bro a little bit. I know he been killing people and shit, but damn, after seeing like the shit he been through, being BD since he was 8 years old, parents being on drugs and shit, saying he had to rob somebody, stick somebody up for food and shit like that. It's kind of like them niggas just preying on the weak. You get what I'm saying? Like they knew about Durk or whoever, all the OTF niggas, they knew about this nigga OTF Jam. They knew the shit he been through, the bodies he had caught and all that shit, pretty much being a hitman and shit like that. So Durk was like, shit, I got me one. Shit, I got me a hitter. You know what I mean? Like my personal hitman. Like anytime I need somebody knocked off, I'm gonna call bruh. But Jam, shit, he done had enough, man. He done been through it. He tired of it. He said it's weighing on his shoulders. He felt like Lil Pab shouldn't have got killed. It was Quando. I mean, I called that nigga Quando. That nigga name is Quando, huh? Fucking retarded. But yeah, it's fucked up that they did that to bro. But I mean, shit, you the one who caught the body. You didn't have to go on these missions. You get what I'm saying? It is what it is, bro.
A bunch of people I didn't know. And apparently Durk cut Jam off. He didn't even let him finish. And apparently Durk just responded with a smile. He said, I love you, Jam. He said, y'all didn't hit Quando, but you hit Pab. Pab counts. He was on the internet saying he was smoking on Von. And he can't say that no more. And he was just smiling. He said Pab had been disrespectful about Von's death and that basically it counts. That's apparently what he said. And Durk was smiling at him on FaceTime while that was going on. And what's crazy is Pab later said the reason why he told is because he felt like this whole thing was weighing on his conscience. They killed an innocent man. Pab ain't have nothing to do with nothing, but Lil Durk allegedly didn't see it that way. Now look, if you've seen the long 4-hour documentary I did probably like 2-3 years ago now, I've known about this case for a very long time. I did a documentary called Demon Slayers, all about King Von and Lil Tim and all of the things that have been going down in Savannah, Georgia before this happened. If you've seen that, you'll know that no disrespect to Lil Pab or his family, but you know, he was on a Clubhouse call with OTF members dissing them. He put up a few tweets that were kind of making fun of King Von, and he was standing on business with the Rolling 60s in Savannah, Georgia. He had his own RICO case that he was going to be facing. If Pab was still alive, he might have been facing these RICO charges to do with a car theft ring. That's no disrespect. That's not to say that he deserved it. He wasn't there when Von got killed, and this didn't sit right with Jam. Apparently, basically, Jam kind of thought, like, this isn't what I called about. He was surprised that Durk was talking so hot on that phone. He said, I called to ask why he put me in a situation with goofy dudes that I didn't know. And then he just starts talking about, I love you. Like, you didn't hit Quando, you hit Pab, it counts. He was on the internet saying he smoked. So he was just like, what the hell? Like, I didn't understand. He said, I wasn't close enough to Flocker to be doing that with him. He sent me out there with goofies that I didn't know. He said,
this whole shit is all fucked up, man. There's no way. I'm going to keep it 100, bro. That nigga Durk is not about to beat this shit, man. This dude Jam already untold too much shit. There's no way Durk is finna beat this. Your lawyers, the 3 lawyers, your fucking greatest lawyers or whatever. Bro, no, dog. It's not flying, nigga. It's evident. And in the albums, y'all drop an album snitching. What? Are you niggas idiots? You niggas are stupid. Durk, you a dumbass nigga, bro. For even wasting your time to do it. You stupid, bro. You should have got ghosts. You should have left everybody. You and your wife should have skated. After King Von died, get the fuck up out of there. Or spend the rest of your time, your life, in prison.
Just wasn't feeling it. He said that he basically kind of just went along with it. He said, he agreed with what Durk said about Pab and got off the phone, and that was it. And he said, I didn't get no payment for this. I just thought, what the hell? Like, this is just nonsense. So, I think Lil Durk was obviously happy about what went down, but the way Pab saw it, he'd been roped into killing an innocent man, and obviously he didn't even know he was there to kill Quando until he'd arrived in California. So, he said that he no longer respects Durk. All right, so I just see Kanye for the first time.
That makes sense.
Ye in the courthouse. Okay?
What?
And basically, it was pretty crazy to see Ye in the flesh. He kind of walked in late. He wasn't there for the very start, but it seems like they low-key be treating the celebrities like VIPs in court, because Machine Gun Kelly was able to cut past all of the media a couple of days ago. Ye managed to get in, even though there was a giant line and he was late. You know what I'm saying? They was making it work for Ye. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. Ye stared me down. He looked over to me and just stared me down for an extended period. He looked at me for longer than Durk did when Durk stared me down. I'm not going to lie, I was a little bit like, I'm really in the courthouse getting pressed and intimidated by Kanye West right now. This is straight mind games, okay? Now, what was interesting is he looked down for a lot of the testimony. OTF Jam was literally on the stand. We got Durk, Jam, Ye, me, all in the same room at the same time. It was surreal. Now, one thing I will say, and I'm going to criticize Ye for this, okay? Every time the jury enters and leaves the room, you have to stand. You have to rise for the jury and the judge. When the judge comes in on his own, you have to rise for the judge. And the judge made it very clear that the jury is actually above him when it comes to justice. It's the jury that are making the decision.
Yes.
So the judge, as well as everybody else, rises for the jury to show respect for the importance of the jury's role. You know who didn't rise for the jury? Kanye West. He didn't rise for the jury. He wasn't respecting the jury. He wasn't respecting the justice process. And I'll be honest, I don't respect that. I thought that was very disrespectful. I thought that was just not...
Ain't proper. That a bad look?
And I don't really like how these celebrities are getting this VIP treatment, but then they're not respecting the jury. This is supposed to be a free society, free press, free speech.
At this point, I think that these niggas is against Durk too. It's like you come in and sabotage the nigga. I'm not saying you have to stand for the jury, but it just shows, I guess, respect You get what I'm saying? Like, if I was Durk, I'd be like, you bitch ass nigga, you better stand up. Fuck you talking about, bruh. Like, you didn't stand up, Kanye. Boy, if this was back in the slave times, I would have whooped your ass, boy. But, hey, I don't know, dog. This whole shit seems crazy as shit, and I don't know how Durk is about to beat this shit.
But you're supposed to respect the jury. You're supposed to respect the judge. Ye wasn't really respecting any of what goes on. Obviously, he sees himself as a god, right? But at the end of the day, this case is in God's hands and it's in the jury's hands. So we're going to find out what happens. No disrespect. But I personally thought that Ye not rising for the jury was disrespectful and it didn't respect the justice process. As much as everybody wants to say free Durk, it's in the jury's hands and it's up to the jury to decide whether or not they believe beyond a reasonable doubt that Durk did this based on the evidence that's presented to them fair and square. So, yeah, I would suggest that everybody in the courtroom respect the jury. There's no indication that they're biased. There's a very diverse jury, all right? I'm not going to comment too much on the jury, but, there's all this talk about, are there any black jurors? There are black jurors. There's jurors from all different races. I don't know nationalities. I've not spoken to any of them, and I don't plan to. But anyway, it looks like there's something going on in these streets now. There's some crazy ambulance pulling up.
Yeah, they in LA.
I'll see you guys next video. Ye disrespecting the jury. Not feeling that.
This is so fucking stupid. This whole shit is stupid. Dumb. I wonder if did the defense know that Jam was finna say all this shit? Like they didn't have a little bit of a slightest clue? Did any of them have a clue? Hey, he might snitch, man. He might tell everything. He might spill all the beans. All of them. All on the floor, just all the beans, all on the fucking floor. Bruh. If you a young nigga watching this shit, you in the streets, whatever. I don't give a damn. Do something productive. Cause these niggas they just threw their life away. All of them just threw their life away. Every last one of them. Cause all of them finna do time. Ain't no way Durk finna walk away from this shit. I'm not wishing nothing and hoping nothing on the nigga, but I'm just saying, like, it's evident. He giving out all this shit. Who else? You know what I mean? With the phone call and all that shit, talking to him like, yo, I feel like he said that Durk said, yeah, you didn't get Quando, but you got Lil Pab, but that still count though. I love you. And hung up the phone? What? What? All you niggas going to prison.